Anthony, how can I improve my pedaling technique? How do I make my pedal stroke the most efficient I can?
Interesting. So I would think about, there's different phases to the pedal stroke. First, so anyone listening on audio and not the podcast or not YouTube video, I suppose I'll try and explain it by a clock. So if you have 12 o'clock is the top of your pedal stroke, 6 o'clock is the bottom of your pedal stroke. So you're going to naturally have dead points when you're at the top and your bottom of your pedal stroke. Most of us just engage the pedal stroke from like 1 o'clock down until like 5 o'clock. So it's the push phase down. And then we start pushing on the other leg. So it's a constantly push, 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 push. A smooth pedal stroke, or when you see somebody, you just go, they pedal really nicely. It's because they pedal in circles. So it's not going push with left leg, push with right leg. Their two legs work independently of each other. So their left leg goes down, push, comes around the 6 o'clock dead spot, and then starts a pull sequence up.
It's like a sweeping.
So it's a full circle.
Yeah.
So a way you can learn how to pedal full circles, and you're not pushing around with both feet, is actually just to pedal with one leg. So easier to do. If you have skills, you'll be able to do it outside, but easier to practice on the indoor trainer, and making sure you're not having this clunk at the bottom of the pedal stroke. You'll hear this audible as the free hub engages because you're not pedaling in a smooth circle. So the way to think about the bottom part of it is when you're at the 5 o'clock around to 7 o'clock, as if you had shit on the sole of your shoe and you're trying to scrape it off the edge of a curb or a sidewalk, and you're scraping it round on the way up. So pedaling, like you could do 5 minutes at the end of each session on your left leg, 5 minutes on your right leg, and that will start to smooth it out. But those single leg drills are really important for it.
One tip you gave me when I started cycling is that you've got a piece of dog poo on the bottom of your shoe and you're trying to scrape it off. And that, honestly, if you think about that, that makes a lot of sense when you're doing your pedal stroke.
So the two legs are independent of each other nearly. Yeah. And then I would say once you've got that, and I would spend some time doing that, I would move over to high cadence drills. So you're starting to do some drills. Maybe it's starting out at a 5 minute effort and throwing a couple of 5 minute efforts into a session where you're 100 plus RPMs. I remember one of my first track coaches on the national team had me doing 20-minute intervals at like 125 RPM. And
that's my worst nightmare.
Oh my God, they're so hard to start because the power is not that high and your heart rate's not that high, but you just, at the start, you're all over the place with them. But if you look at the track riders, because the fixed gear, I don't think riding a fixed gear helps your pedal stroke, but if you have a good pedal stroke, there's like good maintenance to riding a fixed gear, I think, but it forces your legs into that circle all the way around the fixed gear. So that's a nice thing to add in as well if you have a nice pedal stroke. But I think that this sort of sequence for me is important, that you create the nice pedal stroke with single leg drill, work on it with the high cadence before moving to anything that's fixed gear.
So on the Wattbike, which we have here, it does give you that peanut. So on the display of the Wattbike, it shows you how your pedal stroke is doing and if it's balanced.
It's like the application of power all the way around.
It's the application of power the whole way around. And I have to say mine's absolutely chronic. It's something that you're not going to change over a course of a month or two. This is something that you consistently have to work on. And I will say, when you see somebody with like a lovely pedal stroke, you can notice somebody who has this lovely sweeping motion and a full circle. Some people just look amazing. Yeah, they do. You look pretty good on the bike, I have to say. Another one who I always talk about is Sean McKenna. He just looks like he's made for the bike. He's a local Irish rider.
For me, it's Jan Ulrich.
For me, it's Sean McKenna.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please click up here. There's another video I know that you're absolutely going to love. And click over here and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our amazing upcoming guests.